Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I have some Palo Santo. Yeah, baby. So good. We are here for our midweek reading. I actually want to share some cool insights that I got from a healing session today. If any of you guys are familiar with Christina, the channel, she has founded energy work called A High, and one of my friends, Jillian, is now a facilitator, and she offered it. I did a reading for her, and then we kind of bartered. I did a reading for her, and then she was like, I'd like to offer you a healing session. I was like, okay. So we did it via Zoom today. I laid on my living room floor, and she sent me energy healing via Zoom. So it was pretty awesome. And I want to share some insights that I got. So we're going to call in our guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me, bless my cards, bless my viewers. Yes. Oh, that sounded so yummy when it just went out. It was so cute. It was like, I doubt you guys probably heard it, but okay. So we are in the flow. So what I got in my session was a couple of my chakras are not flowing. And that's personal to me, but there was like a collective energy that I felt that I wanted to share in this session, in this reading with all of you. And it was connecting our sacral to our throat chakra. Your sacral is your creative space. That's your sexual energy. So for some people who might be in partnerships where there's no sex drive, where there's no passion, you might be lacking that creativity in your work, or your workspace or your workplace might feel dull and lackluster because you're needing to ignite the fire in your sacral, in your sexual energy. And then that sparks creativity. So a lot of times people fall in love and they start to write books, they start to write poetry, they start to create a YouTube channel, they start to do all of these magical things. I know I met somebody back right before I started my YouTube channel, and he was like my muse. He just like ignited me. I wrote an ebook. I started my YouTube channel. I just started doing all of these things that I'd always been wanting to do. And it was like somebody activated me. It was the energy of connection and feeling loved, and just that sexual energy. So I brought out my Sex Magic Tarot. I don't know if I'm going to get censored for saying sex, but oh well. It's natural and it's healthy and it's needed in our world. It's what makes babies. So the message that I wanted to share with all of you is, where are you lacking that passion, that sexual creativity in your own life, in your own body? And I always like to guide my clients, especially my female clients, if they are single, if they're in marriages where there's no passion and there's no physical touch because they're in a lull, I tell them to go get a massage. As humans, we need physical touch. That is like, it's like food and air. We just need it. We need connection. And when there's no connection, but we still need that physical touch, a simple massage can do it for us. Obviously, when our cells and when our skin is feeling that skin to skin, that's why babies need that. That's why babies do kangaroo time. They're getting that skin to skin contact because it makes us feel at home. And it's even better when you're getting a massage from like your partner or from a loved one, because they're pouring their energy into you. But even if it's from a masseuse at a very respectful place, it's still just as good. Okay. So please treat yourself to a massage. Self-care is huge, especially if you had not been intimate with somebody in a really long time. That's going to kind of calm those nerves down. And it's not going to make you so agitated and feeling so like, oh, I need to just hook up with somebody. You don't want to feel that way. And a massage can kind of pull you off of that cliff. And as I said that, my phone lit up. Too funny. Okay, so let's start with Sex Magic Tarot, and let's see what the first message is for this week. We also have a full moon on 24th, which is in 4 days. And I have a feeling that this reading is going to lead us into what we need to be doing around this full moon, what we need to be releasing, and just what we need to focus on to make ourselves better people. Okay, I definitely can't show you these photos. We have the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is somebody coming back. She's topless in this photo, but see the guy in the background? Somebody's coming back, and she actually has a piece of fruit in her hand, but it's blocked by me blocking her chest. But she has an abundance of fruit right by her feet. Then she's got her foot on a little heart plate, and then there's a guy coming back. They're rekindling a partnership. They're restarting, as my alarm just went off. They're reconnecting. Okay. It's like a fresh start in love. They've been here before, right? But now they're coming back different people. And she is topless. She's actually in like a cute negligee or like a corset. She's in like a corset top, but it's just below her breasts, so you can't see them. I'm not letting you see them because I'll get censored. But she's like waiting in that outfit for him. She's saying, I've been waiting so long to rekindle this. And then Nine of Pentacles, so that's Six of Pentacles. And usually Six of Cups is like an energy of somebody coming back from the past. And Pentacles usually represents money. But in this deck, I'm reading this card as somebody's coming around the corners. They're entering her home. And she's been in this state of, I need physical touch. It's like that massage talk we were just talking about. She's been in this like drought mode, needing it. And she's been trying to savor all the fruit and the yummy things, and nothing is satisfying her like he would. And then we have Nine of Pentacles, where it's a man over top of a woman. I don't know if you can see, but he's like trimming her hair. I'm covering up her breasts again, but he's like nurturing her. He's taking care of her every need. She's just laying there and he's just savoring every ounce of her. It's almost like she's like, I need a haircut. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. So it's a man, a masculine man that's wanting to nurture his feminine. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which is pretty naughty. Not a good photo. But he has like a whip in his hand. She's barely dressed, just has some underwear on, and he's holding her hand. And it's kind of like a Knight of Swords is like cutthroat. It's somebody who's very straightforward. They're logical. They just tell you what they want and how they want it. So it's kind of like that kind of energy where this person's coming back. They're going to nurture you, but they're also going to speak their truth. They're going to tell you their needs. They're going to tell you what you want now. And there's also two people observing, this guy and this girl, the guy that's holding the whip and the girl that's kind of bent over. There's two people watching. So it's almost like he's saying, I don't care who knows about us. I am ready for us to be seen. I am okay with it. And even in a way where it's kind of like, you don't need to be out on social media. You know, I would always, the kind of partner that I want, you know, I would want what my partner wants. But if he didn't want to be on social media, I wouldn't share him. I would keep, like, I'm so ready for a partnership that I don't care about sharing it. I just want it to have it for myself and to grow with somebody else. And I'm okay if he doesn't like YouTube, and I'm okay if he doesn't like Instagram. That would be totally fine with me. But this is saying like this person is ready, saying like, I don't care anymore. I've been suffering. I've been in a drought. I just want you. So this Knight of Swords card is somebody saying, I don't care who's looking. I only want you. And he's ready to nurture you. And she has been waiting and she's been in a drought. And he's finally coming back. So that's the theme. So I just heard if somebody is single, and maybe you're divorced, or maybe you're just going through a really hard time in your marriage and you're wanting to get divorced, or maybe there's just no passion. I literally started this session talking about getting a massage because there's somebody who's feeling like they're in a drought. They're feeling like they can't satisfy their own sexual needs. And that's working with the throat chakra, which is your speech, speaking your truth, sharing your feelings. And then your sacral is your creative energy, your sexual energy. So we started off this reading talking about that. And then we get these three cards where it's saying something is happening this week. Somebody is coming back and they're saying like, hey, let's do this. And if you're single, you might meet somebody new. Or if you're married, you might make that decision to leave your marriage because you're so done with not being in connection with somebody and not feeling that passion with them, not laughing with them, not being playful with them. So this week could be a bunch of different things depending on your specific relationship. So take what resonates. This is basically saying somebody's lacking passion and sexual energy, and this week it's going to be happening. There's new sparks. Something is coming back around. Okay, let's get the ever unfolding heart. I'm taking 2 more people for my mentorship. So if you guys want to work with me, unfortunately, I only work with women. So sorry, guys, but I'm accepting 2 more women into my mentorship. It's $15.55 for 8 weeks. We do 1 Zoom per week, and you have free access to text me. We can do readings on our sessions. A lot of my sessions will pull cards and I'll coach you. But it is like an accelerated healing journey. It is magical, the things that happen. And I always say, because it happens, but when you sign up and you invest and pay money to help yourself grow and understand what's happening in your life and where you need to go next, strengthening your intuitive gifts, understanding your gifts, understanding how to be a better mom or dad, when you put money towards that, the universe actually brings you that $1,500 back. I had a client, I think it was her 5th or 6th week into our mentorship. She had a family member give her $1,000 out of nowhere. So that pretty much paid for most of her mentorship. So I believe that when you invest in yourself, the universe pays you back because it's providing for you so that you can grow and actually do your mission. The universe 100% supports you when you're on your mission. And my goal is to get you all on your mission. Okay, so we have the Buffalo card. Your fear is not real. It's a story you are telling yourself. The Buffalo reminds us to face our stories head on, pave a new path in your mind. When I wrote this card, I channeled this deck. This was the first deck that I created. And again, I created this deck after I met that person, and it just felt so good. I felt so inspired. I don't know what happened to me. I just had that sexual sacral energy. And the buffalo to me means like you just go right through the storm. You're like, screw it. I don't care. I know this is going to be painful, but I'm going right through it because I deserve this. And he's saying, like, I am coming towards her. I will leave everything behind if it means that I will finally be at peace. I'll finally feel satiated in my life. And that's what the buffalo do. The bison, they go right through the storm because they know it's the fastest way through. They're not going to take their good old time going around the storm. So somebody is not messing around. Okay, let's do drink break. This is my red juice from Organifi with a little lemon and a little diatomaceous earth. Have you guys heard of that? It's called diatomaceous earth. I do that, and I do sea moss. I take those supplements every day. They are great for helping with inflammation and helping your body absorb minerals. Okay, so we have 6 of Swords. She is being led by spirit to brighter days. She's at sea. Her bags are packed. The crows have her ship, have her boat. They're taking her. If you look at her face, she's a little bit in despair, feeling lackluster, feeling tired. So this represents somebody coming out of a really hard time. And look what she's wearing. Red represents passion. She is wearing red because she's leading herself to what's best for her, what's best for her body. And your body will literally respond so well when you're in a partnership that has passion. And I just got reminded to talk about my pigtails because the pigtails also spark that childlike energy in you, which makes you feel like you're playful and fun. And that also sparks creativity. So your sacral can be playful, like childlike, and it can also be filled with passion and sexual energy. And as kids, normally that sacral space gets smushed because we were told to be quiet and go in your room and get on the video game and stop using your imagination, where our imagination is our creativity. That's our playful side. That's like, ooh, let me imagine myself wearing pigtails today. So I did. I had the thought and I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun. And of course I thought, you know, if I see somebody in the gym, they're going to be like, why is this 41-year-old wearing pigtails? Or if I go to the store, but I don't care. I want to wear them and I think they look cute and they make me feel cute and they make me feel creative. And that sparks my passion. So this is somebody who has not worn pigtails in a really long time. They've been disconnected from who they are, and they don't even know what it's like to be a kid anymore. They don't know how to have passion. They don't know how to play. So this is spirit taking them to a better destination. Let's get some Micah magic on where they're going. Where is this person going? They're going to manifest more for themselves. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Share the love. When I wrote that card, that means express yourself. Tell people how you feel when you feel it. I always get this card. Seriously, there's 100 cards in this deck, and I think we get this card almost every reading. And your angels are asking you to use them. So I'm seeing this as, if you look at the little story we just got, manifest more for yourself, share the love, money, and your angels are asking you to use them. So when you are looking to call in more money, that's part of your creative space, your sacral energy, your sexual chakra. Your angels are saying, use them. Ask them if you want more money. Ask them for the lottery. Ask them how you can manifest more for yourself. And when you share your wants and needs with your guides and angels, they can then deliver it. I always like to imagine your guides and angels are sitting up there like this, just like, when are they going to ask us? We can manipulate numbers in the lottery. We can go ahead and make you hit every green light. We can find all the perfect things in the store for you, but you just have to share the love. You just have to ask us. And they're like sitting there just waiting for you to ask. So open that door of communication, okay? I think I'm going to be creating a course about how to navigate the spiritual path, which is basically what I teach in my mentorship. I think I'm going to put it into like a course that if you don't want to do the one-on-one calls with me, you can just purchase my course and then you'll get all the videos. But there's so much that I talk about in my mentorship that I don't share in my YouTube channel or on Instagram because it's intimate with that person. Like, it's meant for that person. But the messages are always so common that I'm like, everybody needs to know this, you know? Okay, 10-10. A cycle is completing. That's kind of like the Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Like, somebody's coming back around. And this could also mean they're traveling. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're leaving a city that you're in, a town. Maybe you're leaving countries, but she's traveling. So that could mean that 10-10, that somebody's leaving a relationship, leaving a home, leaving a situation that wasn't serving them. And they know, the buffalo, that your fear about leaving, it's kind of like she was brave and she went right through the storm, right? It looks like she's coming out of the storm. It looks like there's a storm up here. So she was like the buffalo. She left and just went right through the storm. And now she's here for brighter days. And it's realizing that you do not have to suffer where you are. There's a better option out there. Sometimes we can't see it. And that's why the universe sends us beautiful people and humans to help us get out of those situations. So if you've had somebody show up in your life who's very spiritual and magical and they just seem to have life figured out, nobody does, but they seem to be on a path of wanting to figure it out. You were sent that person. That person was sent directly to you to help you level up in your life. You know, we're not just randomly coming across people for no reason. Every person is divinely guided to you. And a lot of times it's for healing. It's for growth. It's for them to be a mirror to show you where you're not healed. And then we have to clear the clutter. We have to remove those situations and people if they're not supporting us. If they do not add any value to your life, we are removing the clutter because they are maybe a distraction on your journey. And there are people, you know, I've dated and had been friends with many people who just don't want to do the work. They just would rather stay in their shell and just keep into the same routine and not change their life. But they have no idea the freedom and the joy that they could feel if they just would step out of that comfort zone. And I used to be one of them. Trust me, I stayed as long as I could in relationships. I was not strong back then, but you get stronger each time you take that leap. And you can trust that voice. So if your intuition has been guiding you to take a small step, to start a podcast, one of my clients is going to be doing that soon. I just got guided too to talk about that fear. So if you have a fear of speaking, especially my ladies, and it could be because you are an oracle, you're a messenger, right? You came to earth to bring forth messages from spirit, from God, from the universe. But in a past life, guess what might have happened to you? You might have been killed for doing that. So now in this lifetime, your job is to overcome the voice, the fear, that buffalo energy. It says your fear is not real. Okay. So a lot of times we go through things to then have to overcome it. And we can trust that voice that if we feel guided to start something and we want to start sharing our spiritual gifts, we have to do it. You're not going to feel satisfied until you do it. I just had a vision. This is really random. I just had a vision of somebody making their shower or their bathroom a really yummy place to be. So when you're clearing the clutter, when you're cleansing your energy at the end of the night, light a candle, make it smell really good, have beautiful flowers in your bathroom, have all of the senses satisfied, okay? Make your experience on earth, if you're going through these upheavals, you need the small moments. I think that's why they said the bathroom, because it's a small, intimate moment where it's just you, and you're building that connection with you. We have Lady Luck is on your side. You are being admired online. Heck yes. You sexy beings, you. Then we have 1212. You are in the flow. Stay there. And shout out to all my mentorship clients. You guys are crushing it. I just had a vision of all of you laughing at me when I said you sexy beings, because you guys know my personality so well with being on calls with me. But it really is the energy of you are being admired, whether it's online, whether it's in your community. If you are guided to this channel, if you're guided to these readings, you are meant to be doing what I'm doing in your own way. You might not be using cards. You might be doing energy healing. You might be a therapist. You might be a teacher, a lawyer, occupational therapist. You're in your community being that light worker for everybody else to follow along. And then I come into your path to show you the way so that I can help you level up so that you can help your community level up. And it's like this bridge, right? We're all bridges for each other. So I become a bridge for you. We connect. I teach you all the things that I learned. And then you teach the people underneath you. And we just keep going. And it just creates this mass awakening of everybody now understanding the laws of the universe. They understand the healing journey. They understand how to manifest more for themselves. I was on a call the other day and we were talking about the lottery, and my client had a dream that she won a scratch off with $500,000. And I was in her dream, and it was right after our first session. And I was like, I am not surprised that you had a dream about me, because our energy is now connected and I carry a big energy with money. I love manifesting money, so I'm not surprised. And 500,000 is actually one of my manifestation numbers. I love that number for some reason. It just feels like a good amount. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's just enough to play with for a couple of years, then you can manifest more, right? So it's very soothing for the nervous system to feel safe with that amount of money. Some people don't feel safe with millions. They're like, oh no, is everybody going to knock on my door asking me for money? But if you win 500,000, nobody's going to be really asking you for money, right? Maybe they will. But you can kind of be like, it's not millions. Like, I got to save it and use it for myself. So it's like permission, right? But you could do that with millions anyway. You guys can always set boundaries. But I was on a call with my client and she was telling me about her dream. And she's like, what did it mean? She's like, why did I feel so much joy as if I won? And I said, well, you might win. Lots of people have dreams of winning before they win. So I told her, I'm like, if you feel guided 3 p.m. on a Tuesday to go buy a scratch off, you better go do it. Honestly, your guides and angels want you to use them to manifest more. It's literally the message in this reading. And believe it or not, when you manifest money, you are also manifesting love. So this whole reading is all coming together, because when you're in love, you can create, you can manifest more because you have that sexual energy. And you can trust that voice that you are worthy of more. And you're going to clear the clutter of all the people that have been blocking your sacral energy. Anybody that's blocking you from creating a beautiful life for yourself because maybe they don't believe in it. Maybe they shut down your manifesting abilities because their limiting beliefs block them. And then they kind of like overflow it onto you. You get a choice. You get to choose. But I believe that we can still be in partnerships with people who are not fully on the journey because they can awaken at any moment. But the question is, are they diminishing you while you're creating and doing your thing? They should not be diminishing you. They should just be observing you, encouraging you, saying, I just want you to be happy, babe. You do your magic, you do your crystals, you do your Palo Santo, whatever it is you want to do. But it doesn't mean I have to do it, but I'm going to support you because I see that you love it. That is unconditional love. You don't have to live the same life as your partner. Of course, it's enjoyable too, but at the same time, if somebody just really loves you, they're just going to want you to be happy. Maybe they'll set up a little table for all of your crystals for you. Maybe they'll go and buy Palo Santo for you. They're going to support you. They're not going to diminish you and tell you that what you're doing is crazy or woo-woo, because that would be an energy that we might not want to be a match with, right? Okay, so we have 12-12. You're in the flow and Lady Luck is on your side. So maybe play 12s for the lottery. We have 10s, 7s, and 12s. Somebody go play the lottery with those numbers. Do it up. Okay, I feel like I have a scratchy throat. So I think we're going to end this reading soon. Sorry to end it if somebody was like, no. We're going to do some angel cards first. Wow, open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others. Let love heal the situation. Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about. Nobody's perfect. We have to love people where they are. And as long as they're supporting us, they're a win. Okay? But don't settle for somebody who's diminishing you and your likes and your joy and all the things that you really want to do. Like if I was with somebody who literally said, why are you wearing pigtails? See ya. I would be hitting the road so damn fast because if anybody, I have been with people in the past who've done that to me. Why are you wearing that skirt? Why are you doing your hair this way? And I just want to look at them in the face and say, why does it bother you how I live my life? Because that's their limited lens. They're looking at you from a lens because somebody said that to them. And then they're just seeing it the same way and passing it on to you. So I don't really get upset, even though it does kind of upset me, but I don't let it linger in my body. It's not something I hold on to. I just quickly go, oh man, somebody did that to them growing up. Or they're in a marriage right now where their partner diminishes them. So they think it's okay to diminish me. Where other people I've been in partnership and in friends with, and they just look at me and they're like, you're just so cute. I love that you're just willing to totally be authentic and you don't give a shit. I'm like, yeah. I was like, that's permission for you to do it too. Wear whatever the heck you want and do not worry about what people are thinking. And if they do hate on you, just toss your hair even more and say, sorry that happened to you, but you're not going to do it to me. And you stay strong in those boundaries. And I just went back to my client with the podcast and the fear, or not the podcast. Well, she is going to be starting a podcast, but she had a dream about the lottery. So there was a fear there of what if, what if she wins the lottery? What if she comes into a bunch of money? Or what if her podcast gets really big? We all have this fear of being seen. Maybe you were an oracle in a past life and you were killed for being seen, for speaking your truth, for using your voice. That's the one thing that we have to overcome in this lifetime. And I shared with my client that when we step onto this path and we choose our mission and we start doing it, there's going to be all kinds of lower vibrations that try to trip us along the way. A couple of years ago in the summer, I had a family member basically tell me to delete my Instagram, to stop talking about my daughter. They said that if they saw another heart, that they were going to throw up. They were just so sick to their stomach with me always talking about my life and my story. Meanwhile, I know that that wasn't my family member saying that. I know that that was a lower vibration trying to stop me from doing what I came here to do. I'm going to write a book about my daughter one day. Why would I ever stop talking about her? And anything thing that is using other people to diminish me and my daughter is not of the light. And you're going to have those challenges too. You're gonna reach the mountain, and you're gonna be up there sharing your voice, putting yourself out there on a podcast on YouTube, and then somebody's gonna come out of the woodwork and try to pull you down. That's just part of this journey. So we do not give up. We keep going. It's gonna hurt to hear somebody say something like that. It hurt me for like a week, and then I was like, no, I have to do this. This is my life. I didn't just go through all of that to never talk about it again and to hide in my shell. So we also got the increase your knowledge. So it says education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. Here's my daughter saying, book my mom, she's amazing. That's so cute. I love this card. I've never gotten this card before. So you understanding like what I just taught you, that you're going to have hiccups, you're going to have people, you're going to have things that are going to try to tear you down on your journey. And you have to push through and say, no, I'm not going to let somebody tell me how to live my life. I'm not going to let somebody smush me. I've been smushed my whole life. And now I'm an adult, and now I'm spiritually awakened, and I know that I'm working on the level with spirit. And if that kind of scenario is happening to all of you, you have to know this. You have to learn this. This is the new knowledge that I would teach you in my mentorship, is that you don't stop. You keep going. And it's going to happen over and over again. You guys see it on social media. People make mean comments. Family members don't really believe in what you're doing or don't think you can do it. And you're going to have to overcome that internal voice in you that's making you look through a certain lens. And you're going to say, no, I am a king or queen, and I'm not settling, and I'm not going to live my life because somebody else wants me to live it a certain way. I'm not going to follow it and keep people pleasing and doing what everybody else wants me to do. And that was probably one of the hardest weeks of my life. And that person is no longer like that, and they don't talk to me like that anymore. They've come around, but it still happened, and it was still a part of my path. And I didn't post on Instagram for like a week after that because I felt so small. I felt like, am I in my victimhood? Am I talking too much about it? Like I actually questioned it. And then I wouldn't have started YouTube. I wouldn't have done all of that if I didn't push through that fear and go towards it and follow it and not let that inner voice tear me down. And that inner voice will show up, your inner fears, right? This is a big moment. Your inner fears are going to manifest in other people's bodies, and they're going to be speaking it back to you. So my fear was that, am I talking too much about my daughter? Should I be doing this? Should I just stay quiet and never talk about it again? Well, I manifested a person saying that to me, and then it became real. And I was like, no, I'm not listening to that fear. I'm going to move it aside and keep going. So it really was a manifestation of my reality. I was creating that. So that's why I don't blame that person that said it, because it was just the universe using them to challenge me, to make me face that fear that if somebody I love is not accepting me, am I going to shut down and stop? And no, we don't. Okay. We keep going no matter who is saying we can't do what we want to do. Okay. So you have to follow your heart. I have that phrase all over my house. As soon as you walk in, it says, follow your heart, because your heart is your intuition. That is your soul. It's guiding you where to go. And that's your happiness. And it's funny that she has the heart on the side of her chest. She's holding it. I've been depressed and suicidal and all the things for way too long for me to stop now and to go back into that. And I know that if I stop doing all of this work, I will go back there. And I'm so grateful that I found what brings me joy, and I found peace without needing YouTube or without needing readings. But doing my mission does bring a sense of fulfillment. And it's not the money, it's the connection. It's me doing what I literally came here to do. And that's why I love doing the mentorship, is because I can help people see that they're living their life right now, maybe not feeling fulfilled, and they're thinking it's a relationship. They're thinking it's money. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you need to be doing what you came here to do, and I can help you find out what that is. And within 8 weeks, things start to change and they get the inspiration. I don't give it to them. It comes through them, but I just give them the safe space to find it. So that's really what happens in our sessions. But this reading was so good. So you guys are being forced this week to maybe have new awakenings around what your mission is. Maybe you're going to be manifesting lots of money because that's coming through. You're asking your angels and guides because they're sitting there waiting. They're like, when are they going to ask us for help? You know, you could ask them for the money to book the mentorship with me. You could ask them for money to win the lottery, to manifest anything. They are wanting you to use them. And when you are not feeling passionate in your relationships or feeling sexual, because that is part of our nature, it's our food, it's our water, our sexual energy is a real thing. And when we're not tapping into that, we feel depressed, we feel lackluster. So book a massage for yourself if you're not in an intimate partnership and you're needing physical touch. And then if you are in a partnership, speak to your partner and tell them what your needs are. Tell them that you want to go out on a date and that you want them to make it special and sexy and you want to be flirting again, and send each other cute messages, like enticing them throughout the day. And like, even when I talked about the corset top that she was wearing, there's 2 photos of her wearing that corset. So it's almost like, go out and buy some lingerie for yourself, ladies. Like, just be by yourself, do some self-pleasuring with candles lit in beautiful lingerie, and make it an experience for you to tap into that creative energy. Your sexual energy is everything, okay? And when it is smushed and when it is suppressed since childhood, we struggle to find purpose in our lives because that chakra is blocked. Okay. So good. Okay. I'm sending you all so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and everything's below. You can just email me if you're interested in a session or the mentorship. Just simply sending an email saying, hey, Michelle, I'm interested. I have it on my website too, that you can go there. But if you want to skip going to my website, my email's below and you can just drop me a line. All right, lovies, I will see you in our weekly energy reading. And remember, the full moon energy seems to be very sexual. So if you're feeling urges, allow it to come through in a safe and respectful way. All right, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.